Most people think hitting $10,000 means you're finally doing something right. You saved, you were disciplined, you made progress. But here's the uncomfortable truth. For most people, $10,000 is exactly where they get stuck. Not broke, not rich, just stuck. And the reason is dangerous, because it doesn't feel like a problem. It feels like you finally made it. Think about how you felt the first time you crossed $10,000. You probably checked your account more than usual, maybe even refreshed it just to see that number again. 5 figures. It feels different, because before that, money feels temporary. You get paid and it disappears. But $10,000, that feels like stability, like you finally have control. But what actually changed wasn't your financial situation. It was your behavior. Nothing dramatic happens. You don't suddenly go crazy with money. Instead, you make one small upgrade. Maybe you stop checking prices as much. Maybe you choose convenience over saving time. Maybe instead of cooking, you order food a little more often. $15 here, $25 there. It feels insignificant because now you can afford it. Then something subtle happens. Your standard changes. What used to feel like a treat starts to feel normal. Uber instead of walking. Subscriptions you don't question. A slightly nicer apartment. A slightly better lifestyle. Nothing extreme. But your baseline just moved up. And once it moves up, it rarely goes back down. Let's break it down. Your rent goes from $1,200 to $1,600. Subscriptions, $40 to $120. Food spending, $300 to $700. That's over $800 to $1,000 extra per month. And here's the problem. It doesn't feel like a big decision, because it didn't happen at once. It happened slowly. Now, fast forward 6 to 12 months, you're earning more. You're more experienced. You've already proven you can save. So, logically, you should be doing much better. But when you check your account, you're still around the same number. $8,000, $10,000, $12,000. And it doesn't make sense. This is the trap. Not spending, not saving, but stagnation. You're not going backwards, but you're not moving forward either. You're stuck in a loop. Earn to spend to reset, earn to spend to reset. And because you're not struggling, you don't feel urgency to fix it. Let's make this real. Imagine someone making $4,000 a month. At first, they save aggressively. They hit $10,000. It feels like a huge win. So naturally, they relax a little. They move to a slightly better apartment. Their rent goes from $1,200 to $1,600. They start eating out more. Another $300 to $400 per month. Subscriptions, small upgrades, convenience, another $200. Now their monthly expenses increased by almost $1,000. Nothing extreme, just small changes. But now, they're saving almost nothing. And the worst part is, they don't feel like they're doing anything wrong. This is why people stay stuck for years, not because they fail, but because they stabilize. They reach a level where life feels okay, stress goes down, and urgency disappears. And without urgency, there's no reason to change. So they repeat the same year, over and over again, different months, same financial position. There's one thought that keeps people here. I'll figure it out later. I'll invest later. I'll get serious later. But later never feels urgent, because nothing is breaking, and that's exactly why nothing improves. This might sound strange, but being okay with money is more dangerous than being broke. Because when you're broke, you feel pressure, you change, you act. But when you're comfortable, you adapt, you settle, and progress quietly disappears. At $10,000, your mindset changes from, I need to survive, to, I deserve comfort. And that shift is where most people slow down, because comfort is addictive, and it always feels justified. This pattern repeats at every level. $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. People adjust their lifestyle to match their income, and then wonder why nothing changes. Because the goal was never just to earn more. It was to create distance between what you earn and what you spend. Here's a question most people never ask. Is this decision improving my future, or just making my present more comfortable? Because those two things often move in opposite directions. The real cost of this trap is not money, it's time. If you stay stuck at the same level for 3 to 5 years, you don't just lose savings, you lose compounding, you lose opportunities, you delay everything, and time is the one thing you don't get back. Here's something most people don't realize. The difference between saving $500 per month and $1,500 per month is not 3 times. Over time, it can become 5 times, 10 times, or more because of compounding. So every year you stay stuck, you're not just delaying progress, you're increasing the gap between where you are and where you could have been. Imagine 2 people. Person A hits $10,000 and upgrades lifestyle. Person B hits $10,000 and keeps the same lifestyle for 12 more months. After a year, Person A is still around $10,000 to $12,000. Person B is at $25,000 plus. Same income, different behavior. That's the difference. You feel stable, but not progressing. You upgrade small things often, you save, but it doesn't grow. You justify spending more than before. None of these feel like mistakes, but together, they keep you in place. It's not extreme discipline. It's not cutting everything. It's awareness, recognizing that small decisions compound faster than big ones, and that comfort is often the most expensive thing you buy. At first, it looks like income, but over time, the real difference becomes behavior. 2 people can earn the same amount and end up in completely different places. One upgrades their life every time income increases. The other delays upgrades and builds margin. That margin becomes savings. Savings become investments, and investments become freedom. Most people don't get stuck when they're broke. They get stuck when things start working. $10,000 is not a finish line. It's the first level where the game changes. And if you don't notice that shift, you end up playing the same level for years. So now I'm curious, have you ever felt financially okay, but nothing actually improved after that? And more importantly, what's one small habit right now that might be costing you more than you realize? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to understand money beyond the surface, how habits shape your future, how systems keep people stuck, and how real wealth is actually built, this channel is built around exactly that. Subscribe for the next video.